Hi all, welcome to my channel, welcome to my world. This is the world of Wayne. I've got a handful here. Look, check this out. I've got the next 4 stages. That's stages 51 to 54. The Hachette Partworks release and build the Doctor Who Dalek.
Exterminate!
So if you remember, we're working on the amazingly big base, which I've got over here actually. Let me just show you. It's just hanging up on the wall there at the moment. I bought this up. I don't know why. We haven't seen this for some time, so I thought I'd bring that up as well. And also, we've got these things that look like baubles that we were working on in the last stage. They're actually wheels, and they're going to be going together like this. But someone did mention that when I put this shaft in the last pack, I should make sure that the plastic bit, which you can see just down there, should be towards this edge. So I've done that on both things. If I didn't make that clear in the last pack, I apologise for that. But hey, it's the World of Wayne channel. I'm always making mistakes. Anyway, if you do want to get this for yourself, I don't think this is available from issue 1 now. You'll probably have to get them elsewhere. But I have put the link in the video description, and there is a QR code on the screen. So without further ado, let's get cracking. So once again, I have challenged myself. As you can see, I haven't actually opened any of these, so I'm not sure what we're doing. There's a motor there, which is interesting. I'm not sure. Are we doing a motor today? This is the instructions here. Let me just zoom up this camera just a touch. There we go. Another centerfold. My Dalek is in the centerfold. That joke's never going to get old. Okay, so we are going to attach the motor to this bracket that we were working on in the last pack. And then we are going to be putting these bauble-shaped things onto this section here. So we are going to make a runner for the rollers by the look of it. So that means I am going to need this bracket that we worked on in the last pack, and I'll get this pack here open. Okay, so let's make sure my cameras are lined up here. First thing I'm going to be doing is on this side just here. This is where we're going to be mounting the motor. Now this is what the motor is looking like. Every time I do get new controls, I do make sure, or electrics, that the terminals are attached and that there's no damage to the wire. So that's looking good. I'm going to be putting this through the hole that we can see just there. So that's going to go on like that. I'm holding that in with DM screws. So got them here. I need 4 of these. We are going into metal, so once again I am putting these in a little bit of oil. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to take one of these hemispheres here. Now this has got a shape on the pattern at the bottom there. So this is going to fit on top of that motor. So we just need to make sure this is aligned properly so that can fit all the way down there. And then I'm going to use an EM screw, which I've got here, with a split washer. And then a normal washer. And then I'm going to screw this to the motor.
A few moments later.
Now I find that it's better to put this in first so the screw goes out the bottom, and that way, if you keep your screwdriver in there, you should be able to do it. I was having a nightmare trying to do it while it was on here, but there you go. That's in place. I want to take one of these hemispheres now, making sure that the plastic is all the way down in the bottom there, and I'm going to be putting this on top and lining this up and then pushing both of these parts together like that. And then I want LP screws to hold that into place. Again, these are long shaft holes, so you're going to need a long shaft screwdriver to get all of these in. And we need 4 of these to hold this together. And this is the last screw just going in here. So the goal is that we haven't got any wobble on this at all, and it's quite stable in there. It shouldn't be able to move because obviously it's locked in with this motor now, but that's all there is to do in that stage. Okay, stage 52. Here is the magazine. Another centerfold Dalek in 80s retro look. And it looks like we've got another hemisphere here that we're going to be making, another roller, putting this onto the bracket just like that. So let's get this one open. And this one should be actually quite a simple stage here. What we're going to do is we're going to be putting first these 2 parts together of the roller. So again, we're making another hemisphere here, like that. And I've got these LP screws. And I need 4 of these to hold this together. So I'll get all of these screws in. I don't know if you can hear this, but it is absolutely torrent of rain outside at the moment. So obviously this is the third roller that we're creating. We haven't mounted the second roller yet, but with this last screw just going in here, I'll make that tight. That's all there is to do in that stage. So in stage 53, here's the magazine. I wonder what the centerfold is today. Another Dalek. And once again, we're making the other side of the roller here. We're putting this together. So that means we'll have 4 half of rollers completed, which means that pretty much this whole pack is all about the rollers, all about how we're going to be moving this Dalek around. In fact, looking at it, this stage is a complete mirror of what we've just done. Pretty crazy. Okay, so I don't think you need to see me put 4 screws in, but I'm going to do that right now. Now, it is worth bearing in mind that we will know the difference between these. I mean, this is exactly the same for these half of the rollers here, but these brackets here have got labels on. So this one's A, and the one we just had in the last stage is B, so we know where they come from. I'm guessing we're going to be making another one of these. So that's going to lead us to the last stage of this pack. This is stage 54. Looking like this. Another Dalek in the centerfold. And as you see, we do have the other halves now of those rollers, which we're going to be piecing together on a new bracket just like that. And obviously we've got a motor coming as well. So I am surprised we haven't actually had to fit anything on this side yet. Okay. Let's get this open. Okay, so let's lay this out. We've got this metal rod again, which is going to go in the middle just like that. Then we're going to be putting these brackets on. So first we want the bracket which is labelled A, which is going to be going on this side just here. And then the bracket that's labelled B will be going on this side just here, like that. And these are going to be held in with these flange screws. These are CM screws. And if I put the middle ones in first, it's actually going to lift it up because it doesn't lie flat at the moment because there is a little tab on the back of these. I'll put one in the other side. Perfect, and then that's going to leave me free to put the other 2 in each side. That's the last screw just going into there. So that's the centre rod done like that. And then all we're going to do is exactly like we had done on those other rollers here. This time I'll make sure I get it right. As you can see, we've got a plastic insert on one side and a hollow one on the other. It's the plastic insert that I want to go in first on those like that. Same on this one. And with those done, that's all there is to do in this stage. That's all there is to do in this pack. It's all about the rollers. Well, that was quick. I thought we were actually going to have the rollers done and then mounted it into that base. So I'm probably glad I didn't get that base off the wall because it wasn't needed. But I really hope you liked that video. If you did, please remember to give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed already, please remember to subscribe. Other than that, take care.